All right, let's get
This
it.
team and Bungie in general is all about collaboration.
Start off with my boy Dave off
designers,
top.
effects artists, animation, all these sources of input from everywhere coming together, and like that was magic for me.
The only Dave that we actually were cut for. I see you, Dave. You the only real one.
The final shape, it felt a little like a love letter at times. We really thought about bringing that forward to the weapons. Like Kvostov, it's the first gun you get. There has to be the narrative bookends of the first gun I got in the game. It's here in the Pale Heart. It's like this old friend returned. How do you make this thing really good and really powerful without making it not what it is? And that was really challenging.
I swear, it just feels like the end.
Is about your skill. Oh, it's all in the wrist. A little like it's gonna bounce several times down this line of guys. You're just really good at bouncing this bullet. It's fate almost. This thing's dope. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that is dope.
Number 7 in as many places as we could. So it bounces 7 times. It's got a bunch of 7s in its stat. You get 7 bouncy bullets when you pick up an orb of power. Bungie has a long legacy of loving the number 7, and this felt like the right place for it. Cade has this iconic hand cannon that in a lot of ways has become a symbol. We took Ace of Spades and we went, where's the rest of the deck of cards? We had this really cool opportunity to theme all the Pale Heart weapons after different suits.
It has this two-tone feel to it. The opposite side of the gun is the inverse of that idea. They look freaking awesome. It also has like
they're
these
reskinned, but it's
fantasies of
fine.
Characters that have influenced Cade. These guns are part of his past.
We wanted something that you can't do with any of your other weapons, and we came up with no hesitation. It shoots these harmonic bullets that if you're targeting an enemy, it'll hurt them and burn them.
Nice.
If you're shooting an ally, it'll heal them.
I love this.
Nice.
I'm so glad.
We had to build a lot of the language, and with the new cool little Guardian health bars, you can see
that's dope.
The healing effect on it is very strong. For a while, we were calling it the Just Don't Die gun. It has its own little energy bar, like the glaive does, and that energy bar is charged by any damage whatsoever. It's like,
so you just basically turn Lumina into turn these guns into Lumina. Okay.
Since you are returning to the Traveler, we wanted to focus on bringing new supers to the light subclasses.
For Song of Flame, we wanted to plus up Radiance from Destiny 1 and have it be combat focused.
No Radiance.
If you remember Radiance from D1 has fire wings. We kind of ate that visual space with Dawnblade, where you've got these like awesome flame wings. In a split second, if a player sees a character solar with wings, they're going to see that it's Dawnblade. We had to come up with something different.
Zach, our VFX artist, came up with the idea of this halo around you, like a medieval painting.
That's dope.
Twilight Arsenal is a one-off super that also creates these axes.
That
Coming
super
up
is
with
nuts.
Visuals for that axe, it was an interesting challenge. How do we want to root this in Destiny? We took a lot of inspiration from Titan's shield. What would it feel like if the axe was the shield broken up? And when you look at it side by side, you can definitely see that connection between the two.
Yo, Dave, we need those sound effects, man.
Storm's Edge. We wanted to call back to Arcblade in Destiny 1, throwing the dagger and zipping over there, blowing up stuff. How long do you have in the super? Initially, you had a long time. You had
24 seconds. We did not earn any friends in those places.
No, people were pretty mad. But we toned it down, and now you only have 12 seconds, and it's a lot more reasonable.
We found a problem where
24
when
seconds.
you grapple and then you cast Blink Dagger out of it, I fall to the floor. Right? Whereas if I'm in midair and I blink dagger, I should be held in midair, right? And it sucks. So I want to fix it.
It's the things like the camera shake, the way the rumble spikes and then falls back off. We need all of our abilities to feel awesome.
We want to make it so that the controller melts away. You stop thinking about what do I have to do, and instead you just inhabit your character and you don't have to think about it. The game just plays.
The great thing about Prismatic was every playtest we did, the feedback got better and better. We have gone back and forth on what starter builds that players will get in Mission 1.
Okay, we're going to start the Titans with Stringer's Lash, their strand aspect, and Knockout. One of the notes we got is players just weren't understanding how those two things comboed in a loop. Well, we're going to drop Dringer's Lash, and instead we're going to put in Diamond Lance. Now, any ability kill is making your Diamond Lance. Your knockout punch, hey, that makes a Diamond Lance. You throw your Diamond Lance at the floor, everything's frozen, now you can punch stuff again and get amplified with knockout. Once we made that switch, all of a sudden it clicked in players' heads. This loop becomes a lot more clear, and players were much more satisfied with their starter loadouts.
And that got buffed. That's getting buffed too.
Is the point.
Yeah. If you aren't surprised and delighted in a way that you didn't expect, like,
yeah.
Facts.
This strike is probably one of the coolest strikes that we've ever released.
I started.
By time we're getting a good, like an actual good strike.
I really wanted to push the expectations of what a strike could potentially be. This
Facts.
strike, it's sort of a memory out of the Witness's history of its race and what its buildings may have looked like in the past. A lot of the inspiration comes from 30s pulp novels, adventure flicks, uncovering ancient, hidden cities that have not seen a living soul in eons. And then subsequently destroying those cities moments later.
Imagine you're in a narrow hallway. You need to escape it. Lava is descending.
Yo, what's up with...
Obstacle is coming out of the walls. You made this slide towards the closing door and...
That's dope.
You're dead. The door just closed right in front of your face, so...
That happens a lot.
Some Indiana Jones shit,
7
okay.
Gilded Conqueror titles. I want this strike to be the hardest strike we ever made.
Thank you!
Scream and cry over this strike.
Let's fucking go, whoever you are.
And just say, how do I complete this strike on Grandmaster difficulty? And I'll be like, yes.
Thank you.
That's kind of one of the fun parts about making a strike. There's so much freedom and creativity to do wild things, and then testing that. It's just a lot of fun, that back and forth.
We have a very tight relationship with Test as designers, and I couldn't do anything I do gameplay-wise without Test there at my side. But as soon as I can get fresh eyes on it, I think that's where it really comes in.
We ran a lot of play tests, and every time I would invite people, I'm like, this is final play test, but it's never final. We just can't stop.
It's really not just
I'm sure there's always something to
department creating something special. When you see all those things combined in the iteration and the back and forth, and when you get to this end result where it just feels like it couldn't be any other way, we hit on something amazing here.
Let's fucking go, man. This was a great Vidoc. Sheesh. Can we rewind? Okay, let's rewind into something. I want to go back to when she was talking about that strike.
Playing strikes, I really wanted to push the expectations.
I want to rewind it
of what
back
a strike
here
could potentially
because
be. This strike, it's
I'm
sort of
so
a memory
happy
out of the Witness's
that
history
first off,
of
yes, I am on
its
my
race
Xbox.
And what it's building.
But I am
may
so
have
happy
looked
that she
like
said
in the
she wanted to
past.
make this strike
A lot of the
as hard as she
inspiration
can
comes
because
from 30s pulp novels,
strikes are just
adventure
like
flicks, uncovering
the
ancient
easiest thing
hidden
where you just
cities
like it's
that
just
have
like brain
not seen a
brain
living
rot
soul
almost.
in eons.
You just go through the motions and you just finish it.
And then
This is
subsequently
dope.
destroying those cities moments later.
Not to mention this strike they're referring to, which she's about to bring up in a second.
Imagine you're
This right
in a
here.
narrow hallway. You need to escape it.
This is dope.
Lava is descending. Obstacle is coming out of the walls. You made this slide towards the closing door and
Awesome.
you're dead. The door just closed right in front of your face, so...
I like her. I like her a lot.
I have 7 Gilded Conqueror titles. I want this strike to be the hardest strike we ever made.
I
want
like her a
people
lot.
to scream and cry over this strike.
Oh no.
And just say, how do I complete this strike on Grandmaster difficulty? And I'll be like, yes.
I don't know who she is. I like her a lot. She's awesome. So, yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to touch on. I'm so glad that they're putting difficulty in mind with this. if they're going this hard with difficulty over a strike, I can only imagine when the raid comes out, it's going to be even crazier. One other thing I wanted to talk about was this particular weapon that they're talking about right here. I don't know if it's just this weapon alone or it's just for all the House of Cards weapons, and I also don't know if this is like an intrinsic perk for all of them or just a specific perk for this specific gun. The way they make it seem like it's just for this one gun, but this is dope right here.
So characters that have influenced Cade, these guns are part of.
Yeah, they're all reskins, as I've said earlier, but you know,
something that
this one
you can't do with any of your other weapons. And when it came up with no hesitation, it shoots.
So no hesitation is auto.
Bullets that, if you're targeting an enemy, it'll hurt them and burn them. But if you're shooting an ally, it'll heal them.
I love this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad.
So that's okay.
So build a lot of the language, and with the new cool little Guardian health bars, you can see that the healing effect on it is very strong. For a while, we were calling it the "Just Don't Die" gun.
It's specifically for this gun, the way they're making it seem.
That energy bar is charged by any damage whatsoever.
So that's dope. You shoot shit, you raise that bar, and then you turn your enemy, and you can your ally, and you can heal them. One other thing I want to discuss: going to the supers. These are the new ones again. Radiance coming back is insane. This, I'm excited about. Mind you, you can go and pick up the hammer and use it, and so can your allies. Just in case you didn't know about this super. And it looks like it gives you a 14-second or 15-second window to when you pick it up to use it. Huh. And then lastly, this. That super, this super is going to be insane for movement. I mean, for kills too, because it looks like it's going to have an AoE effect also. But for movement, this super is going to be nuts. A lot of these are probably going to have exotics for them that are going to help those supers as well. We also may already have some that may aid to that also. Like with using those, the axes, I'm imagining, you know, we have Syntheseps, even though it's kind of getting nerfed. Same for Worm God Caress, but like using that, I can see could be helpful as well. Yeah, there's several exotics that are going to be able to be used for these that are going to be able to help those supers as well. Overall, man, let me just say I am excited as hell about what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. I haven't decided which class I'm going to choose yet. I'm leaning towards my hunter, but I haven't decided yet. It's either between a hunter or my titan, so I don't know yet. But overall, this Vidoc was incredible. And yeah, guys, we got less than 2 weeks, man. Less than 2 weeks. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the comment section down below. Tell me how you feel about everything. I did record a Vidoc from the last Vidoc, but I didn't put it up because there wasn't that much information. This one was the one I wanted to see, and it did not disappoint. With that being said, as I've already said before, I appreciate all y'all. Like I said, in 2 weeks when this comes out, I will be streaming on the first day. So I will see you then. With that being said, I'm out.